At a young age, I've always suffered with making new friends. I've always suffered and had problems with actually connecting with people and meeting new people because I didn't know how to approach people. I used to struggle so much in life with having a big social circle or even having a social circle in general. You know, I spent so many nights, a Christmas night, Halloween night, on my own, bawling my eyes out whenever I was young. I was a loser, and simple fact that I couldn't accept back then is I was a loser. Wasn't the type of guy that you would want to be friends with or approach. And fast forward, I find it pretty easy to talk to people that I don't know. I can have a conversation with somebody in Subway or Starbucks or whatever. It's not that difficult. I'm going to give you the protocol and how to approach people in public and how to make friends with people. Hopefully you can use this to make friends with people or approach that cute girl that you've always wanted to approach. If you want to approach somebody, the best thing you got to do is start small. Don't go too big, and don't try to, if you're somebody who hasn't done this before, don't start trying to start a conversation with somebody. Don't force conversation with somebody, because you're giving yourself such a huge task so early on. The reason why that's a bad thing is because you don't know how to talk to people. That's just simple. Like you haven't learned that skill yet. It's kind of like fighting a level 100 boss and you're level 1. Just relax. Don't jump the gun here. Start off very small. So if you want to eventually build up to talking to that cute girl, or talking to girls in general, or just making friends, or whatever it is that you want to do, that's the end goal, right? That's where you want to get to. But right now, you just need to start off small. So what you need to do is go into the shop, start a little bit of small talk with somebody there, because it's Christmas. And if you're watching this video now, you could say to somebody, have you had a good Christmas, or how was your year last year? Little small questions like that. Just that's it. And whatever they say, if you know what to say then after that, then that's great. But if you don't know how to continue on the conversation after that, then end the conversation and just go about your day. Set a task that you have to do that every single one person a week, right? And then level that up to eventually whenever you start doing it every single day for a full week. And then you need to get to the point where you're able to actually, you'll notice you'll be able to actually talk more with people because you're so comfortable actually approaching people. You're just trying to get the approach down. Second thing is you need to realize, bro, is that everyone wants to be approached, but no, everyone's too scared to approach people. And once you go in with that mindset, it puts your mind at ease a lot more. If you really think of it, right, would you love it if somebody came up to you and that person was a potential new person as like a friend? Would you feel happier if somebody just random came up and started having a conversation with you? And you'd feel great after that, wouldn't you? Nobody would feel terrible about that. So you just need to, whenever you're just about to approach these people, you need to realize that like you could potentially be making their day by simply just going up to them and having a little bit of small talk. And it will make you happier too, the exchange. Everyone's awkward, you know what I mean? Everyone is awkward because we're all human beings. We're all like in a sense of like a primal way, if you really think about it. Whenever we all had tribes and we all had our families and we all had our meeting somebody else outside of that tribe, we didn't know if they were a threat or if they were friendly. So that feeling is still in us right now whenever we go up and talk to people that we don't know, because that's basically what anxiety is. You don't know if that person's how they're going to react. You don't know if that person's going to be friend or they're going to be an enemy. And that's like our primal fear inside of us, and it's okay to feel that. You know, you shouldn't hate yourself for feeling awkward or feeling nervous, because it's completely it's a defense. It's like a survival mechanism that our ancestors have had back in the caveman days. Everyone's awkward. Like everyone's going to go through their life being awkward and nervous, so you should not have a fear of that at all. But if you're somebody who really does suffer that bad with actually like talking to people that you don't know, ask maybe 1 or 2 questions about themselves. And that leads me on to the final point. Everyone loves talking about themselves. If somebody came up to you and started asking you stories and to tell them stories about your life and how and started wanting you to talk about yourself, we all love talking about ourselves, and it's one of the most powerful techniques we can use to actually talking to people that we don't know and how to approach people. Is if you do go up and approach somebody and you ask them something a little bit small, like how was your Christmas, and they say this, that and the other, and then you ask them another question about themselves, they have no problem talking about themselves. All right, they have no problem doing that. It makes them feel good. It makes them warm to you a lot more. They know that you're actually interested in them. If that's just a friend, or like I said, if it's a girl, ask them questions about themselves, like genuine questions, and don't act like you're not interested. Stop asking girls crap questions. If you are in an instance where you are talking to either a girl or somebody out in public, that, you know, you're just wanting to have a conversation with. Stop asking questions that you generally don't care about. Stop asking people, how many siblings do you have? What's your favorite color? Like shit that you don't really care. Like, who cares about what your favorite color is? You know what I mean? Instead, ask people, what do you want to do before you die? What's the one thing that you're scared of in life? And it's those questions that people really sort of make them think, and whenever they tell you, they'll sort of almost accidentally open up to you and start telling you a lot more than they really should. And then that makes them warm to you a lot more and be friendlier to you a lot more. Implement those things, and I promise you, bro, you will find it so much. You will become a pro at approaching people. Approaching people will become very, very easy to you, and if you're somebody who's like that there, you can almost pick and choose who you want to talk to. Do it in a way where you can basically attract anyone into your life. This is very, very, very powerful stuff. Follow those tips, and I promise you, bro, you'll become a master at approaching people. Don't waste your time looking back. We're not going that way.